Hey, Christway. Well, we had a great Sunday. I want to thank you for praying for us because we had a lot of people place their faith in Jesus this last Sunday. And today we're studying chapter 6 of the Gospel of John. Now, chapter 6 starts off with Jesus doing the great miracle of feeding the 5,000 men. Now, when that happened, people became very focused on the physical. Jesus just physically fed them with a miracle. And so they became focused on that. So Jesus withdrew and went to the other side of the sea. But when he did that, they went and sought him down and found him. And when they found Jesus, it says in verse 26, Jesus answered them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, you are seeking me not because you saw signs, but because you ate and were full of the loaves. Do not work for food that perishes, but for food that endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give you. For on him the Father has set his seal." And so he's trying to explain to them, he's come for eternal purposes. He's come to save them. Jesus came to seek and save the lost, not to feed them fish and loaves for one day. But they still couldn't get away from the physical. And even today, a lot of times, people want to focus in on the physical. And so they responded to Jesus, verse 30. It says, "So they said to him, 'Then what signs do you do, that we may believe you? What works do you perform? Our fathers ate the manna in the wilderness. As it is written, he gave them bread from heaven to eat.'" And so they're turning it back again, saying, now, if you're from God, then you will bring us bread to eat every day, like they did in the Old Testament. And they're still focusing. They want their physical needs to be taken care of. But Jesus, his heart is for our salvation, our eternal, to be set free from the pains of sin and death. And so Jesus turns it back, and Jesus said to them, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me shall not hunger, and whoever believes in me shall not thirst." And so he goes on to say, unless you drink of my blood and eat of my flesh. But there again, he's not talking physically, but yet they could not get past the physical aspect of it. And because of that, many of them turned and left because they were focused on the physical. But Jesus wants to meet our spiritual needs. He wants to meet us and to save us, to set us free from the bondage of sin. He wants to set us free forever. That is his purpose. Guys, I look forward to catching up with you in chapter 7 tomorrow. Until then, keep focusing on the love of Christ that is found in the Gospel of John.